Welcome back to another episode of Cracked Housing Fab. We're going to get started on the 4x4 CROSSKART build. And we're going to take this 90s beauty of a crotch rocket and take it apart in a typical Cracked Housing Fab. We're going to take a nice bike and turn it into something cool. Stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, real quick before we get started tearing the bike down, if this is the first video that you're seeing from us, we're taking this crotch rocket, taking it apart, and then we have a whole pile of stuff from a Subaru that we tore apart that we're going to use as a drivetrain, and we're going to make it four-wheel drive. So if you missed that, go back and check out the video before this one. We'll throw a link in there for that. And also, if you want to support our builds, guys, we have some stickers up for sale. We'll put the link in the description for you. And yeah, run over there, grab a couple, and help us support our builds.
All right, so the first thing we have to do is get this thing tore down so we can get the engine out and start working on it. All right, so as we're tearing down the bike, we're labeling all the wiring harness. There's actually a pretty good sized harness in here. So as we go, just marking everything. It's easier to do it now than later when we're trying to figure it out. But like all our switches and things on the handlebars for lights and on and off and start actually have quite a few wires. So we may actually take both of these and put them on a nice little bar when we do our instrument cluster. And it'll kind of keep all the factory switches, make things easier. That's our idea for now, but anyway, we are still marking all the wires, so.
Huh, someone left a GoPro in here.
All right, so before we get the engine out, because we're really close to pulling the engine out, we wanted to lay out our drivetrain, like our rear diff and everything, just so we can get a visualization of how it'll be and make sure our rotations are correct. And so what we're going to do here is, because of the sprocket here on the engine, we won't be able to run a chain, obviously, to here. So we're going to do a counter shaft, keep it short and small. So there'll be another sprocket here. And then the shaft will come out, and then we'll have two sprockets here. We're going to design a hub that bolts between the drive shaft and diff, so we can actually change sprocket size. So we'll have one little chain here that'll be fully adjustable so we can mess with gearing, but it's laying out really nice.
Yep, then we'll go over to the other side. We just stuck the CV axles in there just to make sure that we had the rotation correct, and you can see everything's working. So this will actually become the back, this will be pretty close to the back of our CROSSKART. And then obviously you'll see the differential sticking out and that sort of thing, but we just want to kind of think it through in our head and take a look at it really quick and just see that our thought processes were working out the right way. Looking pretty good.
And the motors, we're going to try to set the motor on top of the diff as close as we can get it. We still have the exhaust, but this is very close to where it'll end up sitting in the CROSSKART.
And really quick, guys, couple of good things, some positive things. I got called back to my job, so I was laid off, but I got called back, so I'm pretty excited about that. And also, as of this past Friday, I'm a college graduate. I just finished everything up, and I should be receiving the stuff in the mail, all the final paperwork and diploma and all that. So just been pretty excited. It's been a cool week, and some good news in light of all the craziness that's been going on. And really quick, guys, I'm going to show you a cool little project on the Tacoma, and I'll cut to that here in a second. All right, guys, so we asked in the last video and you wanted to see us do a little bit of car stuff, so I have a cool little project I was working on. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with like a scan gauge. Kind of hard to see in the light, but it can do all sorts of parameters for your vehicle, and you can like look at air temp and water temp and MPG, average MPG, all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. I wanted to put it in the Tacoma because we're going to be towing some stuff with this, and I kind of wanted to keep an eye on the transmission temperatures. So I'm going to show you a cool little trick. They sell a mount for these that mounts to the bottom of like your rearview mirror, but the problem is on the Tacoma you can't because it's not round like most vehicles are. So I'm going to show you a cool little trick and a cool way to mount this that's actually a little bit better of a deal and cheaper. Okay, to start out to do this, I just ran to Tractor Supply. I bought one of the two little cheap tape measures. We're going to take this clip off really quick. All right, there we go. We have it off. So I'll do that with both, and then I'll show you the next step. All right, so I grabbed some of the Scotch extremely strong tape. We're going to stick that to the bottom of these clips and then stick that to the top of the scan gauge. All right, and then I went ahead and stuck the clips to the top, and then we'll run back out to the truck and clip it to the headliner. All right, and there we go. So those clips just clip onto the headliner. Ethernet cable runs up, and I ran it all the way around down through here and down underneath where it plugs into the OBD2 port. And there we go. Trans temp, water temp, MPG, average MPG. Cool thing is you can, I'm not going to go into details, but I like nerdy details of stuff. So you can program this with different codes to get different things like intake temp and all that stuff. For those of you guys who don't have like brand new trucks that you're able to access some of this stuff, it's a pretty cool thing. We'll throw a link down in the description to the scan gauge, also to the other mount, because the other mount is really nice. It just wasn't going to work on my truck. So yeah, turned out pretty cool. So go and check it out. You'll really like them. You'll be able to check engine codes, clear codes, all that stuff with this as well. So it's a pretty cool thing, and it does a lot of really cool stuff. Here we go. Time to get the engine out.
Woohoo! Let's try it. So I think we just get this guy out.
These two are out on this side.
How do you want to work on getting this one? Dude, all this stuff came apart pretty nice so far.
Yeah, it did. So is the jack actually supporting the weight?
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Okay, good. It just like hangs there.
Why they would do that? There we go. Whoop, in my shoe. Yay.
Oh.
For real. Okay.
Can you go down next to the hood?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, we're gonna clear it down. The jack's probably all the way down now.
Yep.
Okay. If you
want to lift the bike?
maybe stay together the engine for a
Yep.
second. Sing it still.
Oh, I'm going to cover it and hold it here. Hold on. That's fine. Hold on. Go. Okay.
You're fine?
I don't want to yank that off. There she is.
All right, it's out.
Dude, this thing is sexy. It's actually balanced really nice.
Maybe can we
I
just
never even had to get off the stool.
set it right in there, maybe? Boom! It's out. All right, guys, we got the engine out of the bike. We got it here on the floor. So here it is. It's actually a little bit smaller than we expected, but hey, we're not going to complain. It's going to leave us plenty of room to be able to pack it all in there. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. And Kurt's got some stuff over here that we picked up.
Oh yeah, so we swung by Harbor Freight and we got a tubing notcher, just basic tools. I got some hole saw bits for it. And we also picked up a pipe bender, just a basic little bender. It'll do little bends that we need just fine. So when we start the frame of our CROSSKART next week, on our next video, we'll be able to use this stuff and build that frame.
All right, guys, so thanks a lot for watching. We tore the bike down, we got the engine out, we're ready to go. So next video, we're gonna start working on the frame. Also, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on the notification bell, let us know. That way we're ready to go, and you guys will be able to check out the video and see when it comes out. So thanks for watching Cracked Housing Fab.